Ian, this is a big game, isn't it?
I think it is for Tottenham and it is for Jose Mourinho, because Tottenham are way off the top four at the moment. They might make the top four by the end of the season, but you know, Jose Mourinho, he wants a trophy, and Spurs desperately need a trophy. So the FA Cup really should be very firmly in their focus. They did pick a pretty strong team for the first game. They were behind. They came back, drew it 1-1. But I tell you something, Middlesbrough are in good form. They've been on a revival lately. They did hold Tottenham, but you'd have to say at Tottenham's own stadium, you'd fancy them to go through, especially if they play as well as they did in the last half an hour against Liverpool.
Well, they've got some injuries to worry about, but he needs to get back onto winning ways.
Yeah,
sharpish. They got a couple of games against a couple of the lower teams in the Premier League coming up. Watford being one of them, who are in form, obviously at the moment. But there's a little bit of a break coming up in the next few weeks with the new winter schedule in England, where clubs are going to get a staggered break, and so he will have time to rest some players. So he shouldn't really have any excuses for putting out a relatively strong team. And if he does that, then they should beat Middlesbrough.
Yeah, this is kind of the thing with the game, because if they win it, we'll be sat here tomorrow going, well, of course they should beat a Middlesbrough team sat in 16th. But if they don't win it, and then the knives are getting sharpened already, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he'll be sitting thinking he doesn't care. He just needs to win, you know. And it's important because they've been on such a horrible run recently that he won't care who they're playing against. They just need to get a win and get some confidence and get playing, because not only they've been losing, but they haven't been performing anywhere close to what they're capable of. So this has to be a win for Mourinho.
What's wrong with them at the moment, do you reckon, Ian?
They've lost 4 times already under Jose Mourinho, and it took him 74 games when he first took over Chelsea to lose 4 times. You've watched them in recent games, and you can't really see very much of a difference. And now, of course, they've got the Harry Kane injury as well. I mean, with him on the pitch, they might well have grabbed an equaliser late on against Liverpool, but he wasn't there. Lo Celso missed that big chance. Yeah, they just don't seem to be clicking, do they, at the moment? They don't look like the Tottenham side who were sometimes really catching the eye when Mauricio Pochettino was in charge of them.
Are we expecting too much from Spurs? Like Pochettino couldn't get a tune out of them for the last, you know, obviously a Champions League final, but was that just an anomaly really compared to everything else that we've seen from them? And we just put them to a higher standard?
No, you look at the players, I just think they should be performing better. The difference between the Pochettino's side is in this one now is that this one is just not playing anywhere near as good a football as Pochettino's were. Even at the end, when they weren't winning, they were still playing some decent stuff, but not getting results. The honeymoon's well and truly over for him. That being said, he needs he's got this transfer window and the next one, which he should get. Otherwise, the whole thing's just a pointless waste of time.
Sure.
And then we'll see what kind of business they're going to do. But with the players they've got, not keeping the ball and lumping it up the field like they've done in the last 2 or 3 games when they've been under pressure, isn't going to win any awards for Tottenham and their fans.
They've gone from a team that is solid at the back, through the middle, and can score goals up front, to a team that looks like every time somebody goes at them, they're going to let goals in, and who have kind of dried up going forward. So, and it's not like there's been a huge overhaul of players. It's the same group of players. They definitely need players, and right now it looks like Mourinho can't get this group of players to play together.
Manchester United, as I mentioned it in action...
That might be a bit of the problem, Stevie, I think. That might be a bit of the problem with Tottenham. It is the same group of players. I think they have gone stale. They've been nearly men in a lot of competitions. There wasn't a trophy. Alderweireld and Vertonghen, not probably the players they used to be. Eriksen, halfway to Inter Milan. Is his mind on the job? There's a few things really there with Tottenham. I think there are a lot of reasons why they're not playing well.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.